Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Another day, another stream. Yeah, another Thursday, another stream. I'm going to jump on a call with Ryan and let me just close off my Steam here. But yeah, I'm going to jump on a call with Ryan and Cam, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. We were discussing a little bit earlier before stream on what our reiteration of the level design is gonna look like, and we're gonna just try to go through the plan on stream, and hopefully everything goes accordingly. Let me give them a call here. Hey Richard. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. How are you doing today? Hello. Cam, you there? I see he joined the call. Oh, his mic is being weird. All right, we'll just wait on that. You're doing pretty good. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm another Thursday, another stream where we've done some reiteration on how we're going to do our level design. You were here for our. Oh, you're working on the level. All right, awesome. You were here
Hello.
for. Oh, hey Cam, how's it
Hey.
going? Oh
Yo.
yeah, you
Pretty
got
good. Sorry about that.
yeah, you got a little bit of feedback on your mic, but that's all right. Um,
Oh.
it's not really feedback. It's more like background noise, I guess. Like it's picking up some
Uh.
background noise. Oh yeah, that's better
Yeah.
actually.
How about now?
Mm, that was better. That was better. All
Okay.
right.
I don't have voice suppression.
Oh, okay, yeah. Voice suppression sometimes, yeah, you'll hear all the background noise and stuff. Um, so I, I was just explaining how we've already kind of redesigned what we're going for the level. Um,
Mhm.
were you here last week, Richard? I think you were, right? You wanna try to make a good game? Uh, I would say focus on making a functional 3D sandbox environment for cross-platform 2, not focus on
Oh.
making a good game because this is your first delving into 3D. So it's like you want to talk about functionality first and then think about making a good game after because it's like
Mhm.
uh, it's your first step into 3D development, so just be careful. Uh, it's cross-platform too. But hey, if you're willing to put in the hours, which I know you are, nothing's like out of the realm. I've seen people make like decent 3D games in that class, with like becoming pretty good portfolio pieces, just because they spent like 10, 15 hours every week outside of class doing
Mhm.
things for the assignment, right? Above and beyond what they needed to for the labs, right? And I think you're gonna go do that, but I wouldn't recommend it because of the time investment involved, especially if you're on a time crunch, which I know a lot of students are. But
Yeah.
hey, if you want to go for it, it's only better for you, right?
Crossplat
Yeah.
1 is the one where you build Mario, right?
Yeah,
The first project. Yeah.
it's the
Okay.
Mario
Yeah.
one. Crossflat 2 is
Right.
the
3D.
disjointed one where you're learning a bunch of 3D things and you have to just kind of
Right.
throw them all together. So it's like
Right. Yeah. Okay.
I tell students don't focus on making a good game, focus on making a
Mm.
functional sandbox 3D environment with these
Yeah.
mechanics. And once you understand that, then you can kind of figure out what actually works and doesn't in 3D and go for from
Mhm.
there, rather than
Yeah.
trying to go straight into making an amazing 3D game and not really understanding all these kind of extra elements
Yeah.
that go into it, right? Anyways, So were you guys both here for, last week? Um, hey Rod, thank you for joining us as well. Um, I don't know if you guys were here the last couple of weeks where we kind of redesigned the game and how the level generation and everything's going to work. Because we've gotten to a point where the game kind of was missing its identity, and we kind of redesigned it. If you guys were here for that, I don't remember if you were here for those streams or not. But now we've gotten to the point where our our base is solid. UI, everything's kind of functional. Death is gamified. Our game loop is all there. Now we're just going to fix our final level generation piece. And if we have over this week and maybe a few more days, we can probably finish the level generation. And then yeah, I don't think we, aside from I guess shop stuff and ad stuff, that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, I was actually gonna dive into shop stuff today because you guys seem like you had a pretty good idea on what you wanted to build. So I was gonna let you. I didn't think you needed a third person on
Yeah. I don't
that.
think we need a third person on it, but hey,
Yeah,
if
I'll be watching.
yeah, for sure, for sure. It's
No,
like
I'll help. I'll help.
the reason why I wanted everybody on the level gen is because it's one of the bigger pieces of the game.
Yeah, no, for
So I
sure.
want all of us to understand it, just in case like something goes
Yeah, no,
wrong
like
and anybody needs to
I'll
pop in
be
to
here.
like
Yeah,
fix it, right? Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It's not that you need to actively work on it. You just need to be
yeah,
in the
exactly,
discussion, right? Uh,
exactly. Yeah. So I figured I'd do something in the background.
Oh, you finished all your math assignments for the term already? Yeah, that's awesome. Um, that's the way to go. Like if you wanna focus on the stuff that you're interested in, get all the stuff that you don't really care about out of the way if you can, and then just focus on the stuff that you really are interested in, right? The math component is necessary because you do need to know a lot of math, but especially for 3D. Um, but yeah, the fact that you've already finished them, that's great. Okay, so what we talked about for the level generation piece, we're going to be using our level tiers very similarly to what we have right here. Where is this? It's in the level manager, I believe. And we can even make this simpler now, where it just needs to hold the enum, and the enum is like the enum doesn't have to, it doesn't have to be like 30, 50, 70, whatever. We could legitimately just have it 1, 2, 3, 0 to um, 0 to 4, right? And we just increment it. We just increment it every time a new level tier comes, and then when we get to master, we'll just have like a different set of we'll just have a different set of things to spawn master levels, right? So maybe easy spawns 20 blocks, normal spawns 30 blocks, hard spawns, whatever, and then master spawns like 50 or 60 blocks or whatever, and every time it spawns 10 more blocks until it gets to 100, and then it spawns 100 blocks every time or something like that. You know, master might have some different logic at the end to increase it a little bit, um, until we get to like a cap. Uh, if you guys think that maybe we just add 4 more tiers for that instead, because I'm thinking like at the end of it all, every time a level generates, it's like 100 pieces. Like when you get to like the highest tier, and you have to like
Mhm.
clear 100 pieces
Oh,
every
can
time.
you guys hear me now?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we didn't hear you.
Okay,
yeah.
I've been interrupting like
The entire
every
time.
few seconds. I was gonna say, we don't need to keep track of any specific number because now if our scriptable object holds an array, right? We
Yeah,
can just take the length of that, right?
yeah, that's true.
And
No, yeah, no, but what I was talking about is, oh yeah, you're actually right. And then we can increase the amount of tiers, and the tier and the scriptable object per tier kind of holds how much
yeah,
it. Okay, so yeah, I want to go 10 tiers then, because I want at the end 100 objects. Sorry,
Okay.
like 100 pieces tall, and that's like the hot. That's like the hardest difficulty. You have to span these 100 pieces every time, but that's like 10 tiers of difficulty. So
Mm.
easy starts with like 10, then it can
Yeah.
be an easy incrementing by 10 thing, sort of thing, right?
Okay. My question. What exactly is gonna make each tier more challenging?
Higher amounts of things
Okay.
uh,
Move speed,
and
crawl speed.
more I guess bigger, like longer levels, right? You don't get the bonus until you reach the top, so
Mm.
you're getting points here and there, but you want to reach the top for the bonus to get the most points, right, or whatever.
Yeah.
um, so that's one thing that will make it harder, just more things to expand upon, more things to kind of jump through.
Yeah.
And then the prefabs themselves, we can like so this is where I had the thought of let's try to make some rules about difficulty.
Hmm.
So like obstacles have a certain level of difficulty, like certain things together have a certain level of difficulty, and we have to kind of uh, I don't know if there's an objective way to gauge the difficulty of a piece. If we can figure something out for that, I don't know about that. I don't know how we
Yeah,
can do that. But if we can figure out the objective like
I think we
difficulty of a
just.
piece, like whether it's easy, medium, or hard, we can kind of like
Mhm.
figure out which tiers it should fit in, sort of deal. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't need to
I
Yeah,
be
mean,
like a huge. It doesn't need to be like a huge thing. Like it can just be like, oh, this is a harder piece, so it has to be in like the last couple of tiers. This is an easier piece, so it has to be in the first couple of
yeah.
tiers. Do you get what I mean?
I think we would just like mark each obstacle. Like the bouncy obstacle is really easy. You just hit it and bounce off. You don't have to do anything. But then like the ghost obstacle, and you have to be like tactical about it. So I'd say that's kind of hard.
when's the
Yeah,
ghost
So
obstacle?
like the one where you jump through one side of the wall and then an obstacle or a reward obstacle becomes active on the other side, and you have to like jump backwards into it after it becomes activated, and you have to
Mm.
enter it from the correct side if you want the reward. So that one's a bit tricky. And
yeah,
also
but
remember we have hazard obstacles. So as we
Yeah.
yeah.
increase
So
difficulty,
as
we start spawning more.
we start spawning more hazard obstacles, yeah,
Yeah,
the pieces that are more difficult will be more pieces with more hazards, I would say,
exactly.
Hmm.
right? And that's the real thought process of the entire kind of um, entire thing that we want to accomplish. Now, if we have an objective way to measure the difficulty, that would be great. I
Mm.
don't know if we have a way to do that. Uh,
Honestly, I think it's just gonna be trial and error.
it's gonna be trial and error
But
with yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
you're just gonna have to
Is
play
yeah,
through
yeah.
all. If we're making 100 levels for shipping, we're probably gonna make 1,000 generated levels. Just to try them. Think about it.
Yeah. Uh, okay, we'll start with. Let's not say
Into the
trial.
trenches we go.
We'll start with. We'll start with novice. Then you go to rookie. Then easy. um, that'll be our 3 easy tiers. Then normal. Uh,
There's like adept. Or no, I think that's above hard.
adept. Adept will be above hard.
Intermediate, adept. A bit different.
Yeah. Honestly, like you want to think of it as like maybe 4 easy tiers, 3 medium tiers, and 3 hard tiers. Elite. Uh,
Elite master, grand master,
yeah, you could do like
Jedi.
Grandmaster. Grandmaster is something that I
Good
like.
enough.
Okay, one more
Yeah.
easy tier. One more easy tier to round it up to 10.
Novice, rookie, easy. I don't know. Intermediate.
Yeah, I guess normal can go
That's
here,
kind of middle.
and then you can
Yeah.
go intermediate like that, I guess. So you can just think of it like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And the thing is, like, the pieces also get harder, not
Mhm.
just the amount of levels. So it's like, but again, the way that we think about the pieces, we can kind of think about them: the easy pieces, the medium
Wait,
pieces, the hard pieces. Do you get
hold
what I
up,
mean?
hold up. Our project has compilation errors. I just pulled everything,
Oh,
and now
really?
it's
What?
saying project is broken.
I'm
I pulled
I'm in the
everything.
project. I
Yeah,
don't have any errors.
I pulled everything. I'm in the project. I don't have any errors either.
What are your errors? I haven't tried playing
I
yet,
don't
but
know. I'm just gonna enter safe mode and see what's going on.
oh.
Yeah, like I pulled everything as well.
Game manager errors CSO 106. The modified private is not valid for this item. What did we do with the game manager?
What
Nobody.
did you do with Game
What did you
Manager?
do with the
Hey,
game
hey, hey!
manager? No.
Don't look at me. I didn't touch
What do
anything.
you have any Git changes? Because
No.
most recent push was me just
Was
removing a
seven
line of
days ago.
code.
7 days ago.
Yeah. Hang on.
Yeah, these all things. Like, how many things did you pull? How many things did you have to pull?
18.
Oh, pro.
Oh,
Hey, Ivan, how's it going?
18. Oh.
You
Yeah.
pulled 18 things?
Yeah, because last time I worked on my, what is that, laptop the last 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So,
Hmm.
so,
Okay, for
so
Are
I would just
you
delete the project and re-clone it or something like at this
you
are
want me
point.
to do
you
that?
like I don't know.
Yeah,
Is it a
honestly, like it's not a problem on mine and Cam's computer, and we're
what
all up to
platform are
date.
you on?
Oh yeah, what platform are you on? Are you on Android?
Hold up, I think I know what the issue is. 1 second.
Look at you also have changes. Oh no, that's me. Sorry, I'm looking at my own screen.
Oh, there's a curly that's opened for some
that,
reason.
that
You
that's on your end. It's gotta be on
No,
your end.
uh, I did not touch game manager at all. What do you mean?
Game
did you
manager.
have changes in your like if you clicked on your
No,
GitHub and was there like changes there to the game manager?
no.
Are you sure?
Let's see. The
Yeah.
last person to touch Game Manager, it was me. Okay.
But did you
But
add
I
a
wouldn't have pushed an error.
yeah, I mean, you touched game manager
No, man.
here. No, honestly, it was when he pulled it. There must have been like
Yeah.
a stored game manager change that you had that like
Okay,
did this
start
happen.
doesn't have a curly.
Start doesn't have a curly.
What?
I
Yeah.
did add regions, but I closed them all.
Yeah,
Pretty sure I did, yeah.
there's functions inside private void start. That's why
What? I can't even
yeah.
see it on my Git change. Oh, I can.
Uh, I'll
Yeah,
share
it's
my
just a
screen.
load saving stuff, but like it worked on my end, and I guess at Sham's end too.
Yeah, like I
All right,
have
look at
like
this. Look at
if I
this.
let
There's a
me see.
curly missing here.
Oh my god.
Okay, go to your thing for a sec. Oh yeah, there is no changes there. What the?
Wait, what platform are you on? You're on desktop or Windows.
Oh,
I
I'm
think
in
I
safe
might have
mode. I can't
missed
do it.
an
Yeah,
end region for a not active platform, so it just didn't show up as an error.
Oh, this is the wrong one.
Oh, yeah, you possibly are on the wrong platform too.
But yeah, we
The
should still make sure like well.
Yeah, I know, but
So
like, but why?
so
Why?
this end if should be here basically.
oh yeah, it's up or below. So if you're on Android, it's not there. Or if you aren't on Android, it's not there.
Okay, what
Okay,
is the
do you
issue?
want me to just push that right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's another curly right here that needs to be
Oh,
taken
okay.
out of.
Oh,
Where's that,
like,
sorry?
yeah, okay. There's like
On
Yeah,
all these odd,
yeah,
odd
the
curlies.
platforms.
Yeah.
all right, that fixes it.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
just
Yeah, just do that and push it, cause like yeah, I guess if you're on Windows, you still want to make it work. You
mhm.
still want to make it like valid and
Hmm.
working. And yeah, when we do
I just didn't
publish,
even
that's gonna
notice
be a
that.
problem. Yeah, when we do publish, that will be a problem.
Sorry, where was the second issue?
Oh,
At?
they're way louder
load
than me.
game.
Oh yeah. My apologies. It's probably because
I'm just
uh,
loud in general.
no, it's not. It's not that. It's when I record music and stuff. I have to turn down my mic so there's not a lot of hissing. So, is that better? I just turned my mic up. You're just a loud person in general.
That's what everyone seems to say. I think I'm quiet, but
I mean, you have a lot to say. That's what I'll say.
I don't see the other issue, right? Just that
load
one.
game, load game.
That's better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just turned up my
And
microphone.
region.
Oh, load game had what is it? 2 curlies. Look at my screen.
Oh, what?
Here.
I don't
Yeah.
have that.
You don't have that?
Did you add that?
I might have had that then.
Yeah. Okay.
And just to
I'll
see
put
where
one
the
for
curly
now,
was.
and we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Also-
enter to Windows platform, see if you get the error, right?
Okay. Yeah. I guess.
Just
Should be an Android.
I guess he says. Come
yeah.
on, Cam.
No, but it is true. You're like we're building for Android, so you should your computer should also be on the Android
Okay.
platform.
But now, see, if I
Yeah.
was on Android, we wouldn't
You
have
wouldn't have-
encountered this bug.
Yeah.
And then
No.
when we're publishing it, we probably spent like 5 days trying to figure out
Yeah,
what's going on.
what's going on with a missing bracket? Yeah, you're right.
So technically, I saved everyone's day.
Yeah, you saved us some issues later on. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Well, and this is honestly a learning lesson. Maybe you test on the Windows platform just to make sure that all your regions and all your code is
Mhm.
bracketed properly.
Yeah.
Because
I
yeah,
guess. Yeah. The placement.
because if we're on Android and the if def on Android is up here and it's completely fine, it's not gonna hit the bottom where the bracket is wrong, right? And that's where the issue lies.
I didn't even make like if and depth saving for desktop. Now that I think about it, it's only iOS and Android.
Yeah, that's fine. Shouldn't break anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's just
You won't have any saving.
That's fine. I always
Yeah.
like starting from scratch.
yeah, like this added bracket out of nowhere. This is what screws everything up.
Hang on.
Like
Alright.
it's not out of nowhere. It's the close bracket for start, but it should be below the end def, right?
Yeah.
Which
That's
is
my
the
bad.
this is the main
Alright.
problem of everything, really. And then once that's done, everything's all good. But yeah, I'll let you make that change.
Oh man, I have to make a card game after.
Like a card game.
Well,
Uh,
Yeah. One of my clients wants a card game.
like
Basically,
like Hearthstone
Uno with-
style? Oh,
No, Uno with normal cards.
Crazy Eights.
I guess.
That's
Go
literally
fish.
Crazy Eights. Uno with
Is it?
Uno with playing cards is Crazy Eights.
All right, let me see if I have my C++ project still.
Yeah, because it's the same thing. Jacks are skip a turn.
No, and
twos
the
are
only thing
pick up
difference
two.
is after every turn, a new card becomes a wild card, which can be used for anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean that's a twist on Uno. That's not Uno Classic, but Uno Classic is basically just Crazy Eights. If you think
And now
think
this game-
about all the cards in an Uno deck. Think about them.
Yeah.
An Uno deck is 52 cards. It's basically a card deck. Think about them translated to actual cards. The 2 is a pickup 2. The Jack is a skip a turn. 8 is the change color. There's a reverse direction card. I don't remember which card you use for reverse direction. Crazy Eight.
Nothing like that.
Oh,
There's nothing like that. It just
okay.
either you match the number in suit,
So
or
it's not Uno then.
Kind of. It's kind of.
No.
It's like-
That's Uno is basically all those cards, right? The skip a turn,
Oh.
the pick up 2, the
Well, now you can match the cards. Like
Pick up
match the
what?
same number or the match.
Oh
the same suit.
yeah. Match the same number of same suit when you play it, right? But like the effects of the cards in regards to how you strategize in Uno is like, your effect cards and how you
Oh, nothing
strategize
like
around
that.
those. Yeah, so it's like it's not really Uno aside from placing the cards down.
We don't
So it
want my
has,
plan to know. I'm charging a lot of money for this.
yeah, no, because I'm just thinking of like Uno. Uno with a card deck is basically just Crazy Eights because Crazy Eights has all the same effect cards.
Hmm.
They're just attributed to a regular card deck.
Oh,
Um,
and the other thing is you can make sets as well with like make it straight. So like you can also
so
play
you
cards
can
in
do poker
incrementing
hands,
order.
like poker
Yeah.
hands and stuff. Okay, that's
So
pretty.
like
Oh,
two, three, four, five, six, seven.
is it more like President
I
or
have no idea. I've barely played card games.
Oh, okay, because the card game you're describing sounds a little bit more like President or Big Two.
Mm.
It's called Big Two.
He said there's a game out there, uh, similar to it. So I'm not sure.
So President or Big Two is probably the game that you're thinking of. If you
Mhm.
if you search up President card game or Big Two card game, um,
Yeah.
you'll see the rules that is very very similar to what you were describing. So the thing about this game is it's very very similar. You just have to get rid of all your cards in your hand. It's four players play. You
Hmm.
distribute the cards evenly. You have to get rid of all the cards in your hand. Um,
Yeah.
you can play poker hands. You can play um, certain other things, but basically, whoever decide three of diamonds goes first or whatever. It's the lowest card in the game, and whoever um, as you're placing cards down, you can either place a card that's higher or a card of the same number that's higher suit, and the suits are also like weighted. Like diamonds are the lowest suit. I think like um, spades are the highest suit, or clubs are the highest suit, or something like that, and they go in order. So you can also like place a card on top of another card. There's a lot of different rules for this game, but the
Hmm.
game that you're describing sounds more like this game than it sounds like Uno to me.
I'm just saying, Uno's the only other card game I've played
Oh,
other than
okay.
poker. So
Oh,
that's
okay.
why.
All right, okay. Yeah, no. I'm
Yeah.
just because when you said Uno, I play a lot of card games because that's what I play with
Mhm.
my wife. I play with like my friends and stuff. So it's like, yeah, it didn't sound like Uno to me. All right. Anyways, either
Yeah.
either way, that's neither here nor there. So for the
Right.
level manager, I'm gonna get rid of a bunch of stuff because like honestly, this diff value stuff we don't even need anymore. Um,
Can you comment the actual generation? Leave that there.
oh, this isn't level generation. This is just the tiers.
Oh, okay.
The tiers.
Cam, did you push?
Yep, should be
Okay.
good.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna be touching game canvas today.
Okay.
Is that
Okay.
okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I don't
pushed
think. I don't
5
think.
minutes ago.
Yeah, we're not touching that at all. I'm just trying to think.
Cool.
Oh, it hasn't even started. Oh man.
Yeah. No, I'm confident I can get it done.
It's not a.
Just
It's not a. It's not a hard ask,
yeah.
honestly. Um,
And I'm overall like pretty fast when it comes to making things.
yeah. I'm just trying to think about. Like the level manager might has to be completely remade.
Not necessarily. It's gonna be less code overall.
Yeah. What I mean by completely remade is I'm gonna remove a ton of code.
Yeah.
Like honestly and truly, like I don't even need an update in this. Like really, I just need to
No,
I just need to have
you
increment
just
level
need a
tier.
function called like you just need to spawn the levels on start, right? And then you probably have a function called
Yeah,
on player
yeah,
level complete or something like that. And then you do a
yeah.
transition or something.
Yeah, so this thing is like increment level tiers. If current tier is Grandmaster, return, else current tier plus plus. Like they should just go to the next tier. And this is why we label all of them. Well, they should all be labeled. Yeah, okay, perfect. So now the way the increment level tiers works is if you're at the highest tier, nothing happens. Otherwise, we just increment. This guy stored our score and stuff as well, and our player lives, so we can still have that. This diff values were like us trying to add the differences based on we don't need this anymore. This is a complete. Obstacle manager is going to be different as well. It's not gonna be needed anymore either.
No. Why all of a sudden I'm in Android platform? What?
Where you need to be.
No. Never mind. It's just device simulator.
Oh, okay. Okay, so level tier.
What is this? What is this untitled scene?
Okay, so we start on novice. Our level score is 0.
Our scripts doesn't have an assembly def, right?
Nope, shouldn't.
Okay. So I can just make an editor folder here.
Okay, so we increment level tiers. Add to level score. We have get level score. Why are we casting level score? Why is level score a float? But then on return, we're casting it to an int. Like, this makes sense.
That's probably so we don't see decimals on the UI.
Yeah. So, but why is it a float then? Why not just make it?
Is it returning an int? Yeah, I don't know.
Why not just make it an int then? Oh, it's because the level score is being incremented by delta time as well. But you should do like
It should just be like whatever coins you collect and
we
completing the thing.
I think the idea was at that time we were talking about how it's kind of like an endless runner, and I figured endless runners slowly accrue.
Yeah, we don't need that anymore. So this can. Oh, why am I doing it this way? Why am I not doing it why are we not doing it like this, where we have private level score and we have public?
A getter for it.
Yeah. Well, why don't we just do public int level score like this, and do the get set like this, right? Like use C# notation instead of doing it C++ style. Right. And then this can also become an action. Like we can have an action here. Public system dot action. Int on level score changed, right?
Yes.
And we just invoke that right here. So this is how we're going to. This is how we should update the UI, right? Agreed?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we can get rid of this add level score. We don't need this anymore. Because we can just use the new level score. And get level score as well, because we don't need this anymore. This is going to break other things because other functions are using it. So maybe not.
It's just the UI. But
yeah, so the UI should just grab the level manager and just so you're working on the canvas and the UI and stuff. So just do that, right? Like I'm gonna push this. I'm gonna push this in soon.
But, wait, unseen GUI not a thing anymore.
You're gonna want to do that, right? Because like, what we want is our current tier Oh, do we have like a way to get get our current tier? Okay, so you're doing get level tier instead of okay. So I like to use the C sharp notation for this. So public level.
What, like the properties?
Yeah, I don't like using like I don't know. I feel like this looks cleaner.
Yeah,
Like
it's honestly it's up to preference. Like,
yeah, I think this looks cleaner than this. So I'm gonna because then we can use current tier with a capital C.
you can also make your function like that, by the way. So instead, if you do your function name after and you just do the lambda expression, you can just pass in the variable all
Um.
in one line.
Oh really?
So it would public level tiers, get level tier, and then after the brackets, you just do the lambda expression, current tier, not even return. You need the brackets.
You need the brackets. Okay.
And the lambda expression, like equals greater sign.
Oh, you're talking about like the pointer. Okay, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
so this works as well. I didn't know that.
Yep.
That's a nice. Okay, so we can actually leave the. I like how that looks actually. I like how that looks
Uh,
better.
it's good
Uh,
for like one-liners,
yeah.
Mm,
Um,
it's nice.
but
Yeah.
at the end, it is a function call. Remember, it's not
versus
a property.
versus versus a property. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I
We're
mean,
gonna.
same thing.
It's really the same thing, honestly. At the end of the day, there's not really a and really truly this is fine.
Mhm.
Really, I can do this for get level score. I can do this for level score as well, but we need a setter for it, and I'd rather do the setter this way than to use
Yeah.
add level score this way. So we're gonna change these. I'm gonna push the stuff in so you can change the UI to use this instead. This makes more sense, I feel. Um, and then we're gonna figure out how we're gonna use level score as well, because that's still something that well,
Yeah.
we're gonna increment it based on like coins collected and stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
Oh wait, coins was supposed to be a separate thing as well now, right? Level score is one thing, coins were separate because that's like a currency thing now. So
I mean, coins to be both, kind of like how much coins you pick up.
coins coins will add to the level score as well, but they need to be their separate object as well. You know what I
Oh yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Because coins.
Oh man, my slushy is over.
What flavor?
Pineapple tea
Yeah,
slush.
it's always slushy.
Pineapple tea.
Your
Yeah,
slushy being
it's
over is always a
The sad
always a
moment.
sad moment. Yes.
yeah. I said I was gonna
Pineapple
go get some coffee, but then I saw bubble tea. It's like, yes.
bubble tea slushy. I didn't even know that was a thing. I've actually never had a bubble tea.
Honestly,
Can you believe it?
it's just a slushy.
Hmm.
It's just a slushy with some jelly in it
Okay.
and some raw pineapples.
Oh, what am I
Okay.
doing? Get coins set. Uh, we'll
Pretty
create
fired
another
up.
one. Public system action and oops, on coins changed. So coins equals value on coins changed. Oof. Dot invoke coins. All right. So yeah. Oops. All right. So we have this all going. This all working properly. This looks like it's all working properly. We can leave the level tier as get level tier. Makes sense. Um, yeah, I think this will work out. We'll just pass our level manager will be our thing that will hold the variables for our game, right?
Hmm.
So because we've already kind of put player lives in it and all that stuff, we'll leave that in here as well. Um, so this should be a private int. Like I don't know why player lives is a float as well. uh, and this
I have no
should
idea.
oh yeah, we're gonna do some checks here. We're gonna say if player lives is greater than value, that means respawn, right? So because player lives is set here and whatnot, um, I know we had respawning happening somewhere else, but it makes the most sense for it to happen where lives are being set. You understand?
Yes.
Um, so I'm gonna create these. I'm gonna create these functions. Sorry, I'm going sideways into the fixing up the level tiers before I even do the level generation yet, because um, what's this? This is going to be the respawn function. Void respawn. Whatever needs to happen in respawn happens here, right? Um, if player lives is less than value, that means we're incrementing. Means we're adding. We don't really need that. We're gonna say if player lives is, well, before we check if we want to check if value is
You're touching level
less
gen,
than or
right,
equal to
Hisham?
0. I'm touching right now. I'm touching level manager. I haven't touched level gen at all. So if you need to do it right now, go ahead. I'm
It's fine. I can make a wrapper.
okay. Yeah, I'm just a level generator. I will eventually be touching because I
Mhm.
do need to. It's just I needed to fix up this level manager system to make it a lot
Yeah.
better for what we're going for. So that's my first. I didn't realize I needed to do so much here. Well, it's not really doing so much. It's just refactoring it a little bit. So this is game over. Why are my ifs indented so much? All right. We're gonna say player lives is equal to value, and on lives changed. All right. Makes sense. If we're less than or equal to 0, we hit game over. If player lives are greater than value, that means we're respawning. So we either hit game over or should probably check for game over after a respawn. Yeah, so we respawn. Oh, you know what? Actually, respawn can check to see if we're... Oh no, because we attribute value after. If player lives is greater than value, then we have to respawn. We lost a life and we have to respawn, but over here we can check to see if value is less than or equal to 0. Then we go game over. I still need to send the invocation and everything, but I can't set player lives to equal value until after all this is done, after all these checks are done. So game over will be set because we are... But I don't want to do anything after game over. I'm trying to think about how to like structure this properly so I don't have to, like, multiple functions don't run, but I guess it's just whatever. We run game over, and then I can just return, I guess. The problem is I have to do this anyways here as well. Yeah, we'll just return. Just return here. This makes the most sense. So it's like we either do game over, set everything, invoke our on lives change, and then return, or we, if this doesn't happen, then it's either this, and then if this doesn't happen, then we just have this at the end. It sucks that I have to do these 3 lines of code. I have to do these 2 lines of code every time. I think this is like the best though, because it's like game over runs and is checked on the first try if that has happened, and then nothing else runs. Then, but if it's not game over, then it's we either lost a life, and that's checked and that runs. But then if it's not that, then we gained a life, and that's it. Okay, I think that makes the most sense, most structured sense at least. All right, level score value to tiers. I think I'm good in here. I don't know if there's anything else I have to change in here. We're gonna have to move our respawning and our game over to the level manager, right?
Okay.
On level death. Oh dear, you have died.
Oh dear.
Oh, where is this being triggered from? This should just be triggered from, I guess, game over. So let me. Oh dear, you have died. Yeah, and then we just want to set ourselves to a post game, and then our post game will deal with whatever needs to happen, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and then respawning. Last known location. Yeah, that works. Game object 10, fine, player controller player, and okay, so this is the respawn code. I will throw that into respawn. Like this on level death makes no sense. It makes more sense to do it this way, I think. This was like a quick and dirty solution, right? Right, Cam? Because I'm like we should have been having like this invocation sort of like setting the lives back and forth with with listeners for the UI and whatnot. And respawning in game over is just being like checked when we're setting the lives. Does that make sense? I think you're muted, Cam.
Cameron.
Hello?
Hello,
Yeah,
hello.
I was muted. Yeah, sorry, my
Yeah,
dogs are barking.
yeah. No worries.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been
no,
listening and nodding
yeah.
along.
Yeah, no, because I was like, wait, why is it like this? But yeah, like
Yeah, no,
honestly, the respawn
I just
code is
threw
the
that
exact
in.
same. The game over
Yeah.
code is the exact same. And the thing is, it's like, I can do the triggering of the ad manager stuff here, but it's more
Hmm.
likely, um, it's better to do that in the game manager itself, right? Where it's like, do we have
Probably.
do we have current state on game state changed? We're using like a function to state. Yeah. So you see how we have this function set game state? We should be doing like something like, oh, did we go into like this on game state change? This needs to be read from like the post game menu manager. So when my game state has changed to post game, I want to do
Right.
da 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 da. Da. Like I don't
Hmm.
think the level manager needs to even care about this. Like you're like, here we can trigger add to continue da, 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 special currency. I don't think we should do any of that here. That should be kind of handled by
Okay.
itself. Because we already have
Right.
it, I think, right? Like in here in the game manager, we already have our on game state change. We can just listen to that
Yeah, that's
whenever,
true.
as soon as we hit post game, then we do our post game things.
Hmm.
And yeah, the game manager doesn't need to care about anything. All right, so that this makes a lot more sense for the level manager. Um, I just wanted to take one more thing, one more one more look at everything.
Is there a particular reason why I can't see panels and UI elements?
Um, what do you mean?
Am I still streaming?
Check the transparency panel.
The what? The what?
The
There's
transparency
a
of the panel's
transparency.
color.
Yeah, there's a transparency
Oh,
panel that
yeah.
is.
Oh, transparency panel? What? You mean like on the
Like
Now
image
on
mode?
it's on
yeah, on the
the.
panel's image, like check the color.
Yeah.
The transparency should be set
Yeah,
to
no.
0 by default.
Yeah, I got that. It's
Oh,
all
oh yeah,
at the one. I've been testing
they're
it.
all on. Yeah.
And
Okay.
then if you look at my shop, everything's here, but they're invisible.
I lost my phone, so like it's
They're invisible.
Yeah, everything is invisible.
Huh. Go to shop panel. Update size. Okay. Vertical. Check that one real
There's
quick.
just two buttons.
Okay. Can you see those?
Yeah. Shop return.
you know what sucks? I lost my phone, So it's like, and I had two-factor authentication on a ton of apps on my phone. So it's like I have to
Oh,
go recover all my accounts now. It's like
yeah.
it's so annoying. Like the two-factor authentication is so good for proving your identity and whatnot, but if you didn't save up your backup codes and all that stuff, like it's gonna be
Hmm.
such an annoyance to like. Luckily, most of those accounts have my phone as a backup, so they can just text me a code and I can like do two-factor
Yeah.
authentication that way. So that is a lucky
Wait, Cam.
thing for me, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
that's pretty
sucks.
unfortunate.
Yeah, losing a phone these days, especially with everything being kind of like tied to two-factor authentication, it really
Hmm.
hurts.
Hmm.
Wait, Cam, go to the scene and press T. Quick.
Go to the scene and press T.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the size. Okay. That's what the issue is. Your size is for some reason set to 0. 0, 0.
But so I
Not
scaled
only
it with anchors.
yeah. See, those are all set to 0, 0. The width and height.
Are you making the scriptable objects, Ryan?
Scriptable objects for.
The like the pieces of the level generator and stuff.
Uh, Not necessarily. What I'm making
Okay,
is a
yeah.
scriptable object for like the rules of the level gen.
Okay,
Does
yeah,
that make
yeah.
sense?
Okay, yeah. So I'll make the scriptable object for the like the that holds the piece information and stuff because
Yeah.
I'm going to be the one doing that anyways.
Mhm.
So yeah, let me create a scriptable object. In level generator, what is the scriptable? What can this be called? This can be called, I guess, um, tier. I guess. So this is going to be 10 scriptable objects now because it's like 10 difficulty tiers, but that should be okay.
Yeah.
Difficulty tier. I guess we can just call it difficulty tier objects. That's a good
Or level
default.
objects.
Or,
Okay.
yeah.
The content size fitter was messing with stuff.
Yeah, it's because
Yeah.
you have your shop panel set to stretch. Remember, I was saying, don't have everything stretch.
I like it. So what you want me to put it on middle and then hand move it?
Yeah. Okay.
But then what if we
Why is
we
your
change?
hold on? I'm just seeing why your content size fitter isn't working. Go to vertical layout holder. What? Child force expand. Turn those to off and off. Also, your padding, the top padding being negative 850. That might cause some issues.
Do
Okay.
not like these components.
Oh, you set it back to 850.
So silly. Like, I don't know why you can't just do the stretch method.
Okay, so in here.
Now go back to shop panel real quick.
Hang on, I gotta move this stuff.
It's because your spacing is 1400.
Yeah. Go like this. And then they're above each other. So, like, we don't want that. Unless I just
That's just the order of child.
yeah, I know, but I don't want them like right beside each other. So I do have to do
Oh.
that. And I do have to
Then
bring
add
it
some
up.
spacing. Then add some spacing.
Yeah.
But not like 1400, right?
Yeah, I know. Oh. It's on this now.
Like, this is all our scriptable object really needs, right?
Yep. just like the
we're
enum in
gonna,
the right.
yeah, exactly. And it's just like,
And
what tier are we? What do we have? And it needs to be public so I can read it in the level manager. All right.
mhm.
So yeah, that honestly, and now I just make 10 scriptable objects. Alright. Save that. We already have some scriptable objects for the shop and stuff, or well, for the encryption. So I'm gonna create a folder within the scriptable objects folder and call it, um, I guess, level objects. Let's call it that. Oh, the one thing I didn't do. Let's create the asset menu and whatnot so that I can actually create these scriptable objects. Uh, this could be called let's create these now.
Um,
Novice. I'm gonna just label these the tiers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. Novice, rookie.
All right, let's see if this works.
Honestly, I can just do like a 10 times whatever number we're at, and
Mhm.
it'll go up. I just add to 1, right? Because
Yeah.
it starts at 0, so it's like 1 plus the enum that you're on times 10, and that'll give me 10, 20, 30, 40, all the way to 100, which is pretty easy, actually. Like, I don't even need, like, I was thinking the scriptable object would also hold how many things you store, but I don't even need that
Yeah.
because we're making it very, very simple and very easy. Elite master and rand master. So the issue is now is just um, filling these prefab arrays up. It's going to be annoying, but it is what it is. We should be able to copy and paste them over when we fill up one.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, so we have all our scriptable objects ready. You said you were touching the level gen, right?
No, I'm just taking the code from level and putting it into the script right now.
All
So
right, okay. Let me push what I've done so far because I think we're gonna need to make some considerations in the UI and stuff too, for the way I changed the
Mhm.
way I changed the level manager. So let me push this stuff. Ooh, that's a lot of things. What is this slot machine? CS. Let me pull. Novice 9. What the? Should be.
If I want to update a prefab, the changes I've made, you do apply override,
yeah,
or is that stuff?
should be okay, right?
I don't know. Sometimes it works perfectly, and sometimes it breaks the entire prefab. So I'm always
Yeah.
hesitant. All right. Uh, I
So
could
novice,
dash what I
rookie,
had.
easy, normal, intermediate, hard. Normal. I'm missing a normal. That's what I'm missing. So normal, intermediate, hard, elite, master, grandmaster. And then it starts from novice, rookie, easy, intermediate, easy, normal. Okay, cool. So yeah, let's save that. And that is good. No level objects, no changes to the scene. Level manager changes, nobody's made any changes to that. Updated level manager and created level tier
Okay.
script. So I'm thinking the prefabs. What we could do is, yeah, I was missing normal. Thanks, thanks, Simon. um, but yeah, from what I think we can do is these prefabs can also have a start and end position that I can kind of, um, uh, I can use for the level generation to make it very very easy, right? You
Mm-hmm.
could like the prefabs could be placed with 2 points at the start and end position, two transforms, like at the top of the object and at the bottom of the piece, and I just stitch it that way. Make it super simple, right? I just look, I look at my previous piece's transform value, and I stitch the next piece's transform value onto it, right? Does that make sense? Like I think that gets around our well, the fact that we're not even object scrolling will help as well. But this gets around the also the issue of like possible placement and whatnot, because we design where our spots to place the next piece are. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I line up the bottom transform value of this piece with the top transform value of the previous piece, and we kind of like. I wonder how I can make that super easy actually. I mean, we might want to go back to the prefabs having a whole trigger around them. You know,
For what?
Yeah. What
um,
would that?
if we don't, we either place it because the pivot point of the prefab is probably going to be in the center of the prefab.
Yep.
Um, So either using a trigger that's like extends the extents of the prefab. It's very easy to find the if you have like the top of your collider, like you don't even have to use like transform values or whatever. I can then, if each prefab has a collider, I can grab its collider, find the top midpoint, find and then add that to the extents of the next prefab to get like the middle point, and that'll be where I spawn it next. Go forward, spawn it next, and it'll be like perfect every time, sort of deal. And it just needs to be a trigger box around each piece, and we can then go back to like you clear a piece, you might gain a little bit of score because you're exiting triggers and stuff. So it's like there's multiple ways we can go around placing the pieces. It just really depends on how we make the prefabs, right?
Yeah.
So like just to visualize what I'm talking about, right? And you guys probably understand what I mean by this, but this is just a visual representation. If we have like our pieces with like a trigger that extends across, and we're just jumping across da 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 da. What I can easily do is I can find this point via math, and then I can add it to the extents of the next colliders piece, which will give me like the midpoint. And if I add this value to the midpoint of the next colliders piece, I'll get like the transform value that I should be placing the next piece at without having to like be like, oh, I need this position, and then I need to make sure that like I need these two positions as like transform values, and then I need to make sure that this position on the first prefab and then the other position, like the bottom position on the next prefab, they all line up properly. And that might be a little bit more hard than the math required just using the box collider. Because the math requires using the box collider is, I have all 4 points
You
on
get
the
the
corners.
extents, yeah.
Yeah, and then like I can find the midpoint. And, like it was what I was doing before, stitching the level together with the object scroll down. But the problem was when we were scrolling downwards, it wasn't lining up properly because sometimes it would spawn while the previous piece was still scrolling, and it would spawn slightly off. But now without the scrolling, it will spawn in exact position every time. You understand what I mean? It's like the generation I was doing initially that we got rid of because of because of the scrolling downwards.
You could also just add a box trigger that's just slightly above the top of the level piece, right?
Oh yeah, that'll be like this is where the next piece will spawn. But
no. Wait, because it's not scrolling, we can just use the height offset value, right? Because what is it? Because if it's not scrolling, they're all going to be.
Yeah, but the way. Oh yeah,
like if they're not scrolling, there's no issue.
Yeah. The height offset value is the same thing as what I'm saying. You're right actually. The height offset value is doing basically the exact thing that I'm saying, but you're doing it just based upon the reason why I say the way I'm saying it is you're using the height offset value, but the height offset value has to remain static, doesn't it? Unless each piece can tell what height it is, because like
each piece is the same height because it fits the screen.
Yeah, that's true. Each piece will be the same height. So yeah, we don't need to overcomplicate it then.
So the height offset would just be like a variable in your level generator, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. And then it's just like that's the screen size, so that's the height offset. Yeah, we don't have to go any further.
And if you're if you're spawning all of them at once, it's just I times height offset, right?
Oh. Hold on. I'll check into this soon. Just streaming now. So yeah, Matt finally got all his things set up. Cam, so he was just letting me know that he's having difficulties cloning the project. So I'm just gonna troubleshoot that after a stream here. But yeah, you'll have you'll have some help. You'll have some needed help, and yeah, hopefully we can get everything running on Shifter soon too.
I was muted again.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we've been kind of messaging each other, talking about stuff.
Okay, awesome. Yeah,
All good.
keep it up. But yeah, that height offset value is exactly what we need. No need to overcomplicate it because yeah, the pieces will always be the length of the screen. So it's like, yeah, the length of the screen, then you spawn the next piece on the next length of the screen, and yeah, and it'll be just a simple. Oh yeah, I need to push what I did. It'll be a simple. Just pull what I got, what I did. It'll be a simple to determine how many pieces get generated. The simple here is your tier plus 1. So if it's on tier 0, it's 1. If it's on tier 10, if it's on tier 9, it's 10. Times 10. So tier 1 gives you 1, and tier 10 will give, or tier 0, which is now tier 1, gives you 10, and tier 10 will give you 100, which is exactly like, yeah, increment the levels by 10. And then when you're at the end, you just constantly are getting 100 pieces, 100 pieces, 100 pieces. All right. That sounds good. This is kind of all set up. We're going to. You said you're okay with me touching the level generator, right, Ryan?
Yep.
All right. So what I'm going to do here now is the level generator will store the dictionary of tiers, and this is like color, but instead of color, it's going to be like private dictionary level. Like the key is going to be the tier, but the value is going to be the level objects, scriptable objects, right? And
Yeah.
we're going to call this tier prefab list, I guess. Yeah. All right. Cool. So this is our dictionary. Can't be private. We need to build this in the engine based upon the scriptable objects that we have. So, I mean, I can put the scriptable objects in a resource folder and I can load them, right?
We can also just use the onValidate function to populate the dictionary. Do you know how to use that?
Yeah, but isn't onValidate? It only does it like when you're refreshing the. What I mean by this is
The
I
values.
can make this private
Mm-hmm.
and then throw the scriptable objects in a resource folder and then load them and start versus having to manually put the dictionary. Who cares, to be honest, right now? Let's just do it.
Honestly, because what is it? Your scriptable objects themselves contains a key to the tier it's supposed to be on and the arrays, right? What you could just do is have an array of the scriptable objects as well, and just do a for each, and then use the key from the scriptable object to add as the key and the object itself.
Yeah, but in order to grab the scriptable objects array, we still need to like, and all these specific scriptable objects will still need to like attribute them somehow.
No, so yeah, your level gen also contains an array of the scriptable objects.
Yeah, but why do that extra piece of the array of the scriptable objects when you can um, just build the, uh, build the
Yeah,
exact
but
like yeah,
what if
like
your resources is like a different file path depending on each platform or even each there's a
yeah,
well
yeah, yeah.
device.
No. That then you can just make your dictionary public and just create it in engine. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying.
how are you gonna add things to the engine? Because dictionaries themselves aren't serializable.
No. We would just add it to the scriptable object, right? Like the pieces in here. We don't even need to add once it's all set up. Once the level generator is all set up, we don't need to add anything ever to it again.
Hmm.
Do you know what I
Okay.
mean? We're just adding to the scriptable object, and the level generator will just do its thing.
Yeah, I was more like questioning like how you're gonna populate your dictionary.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. No, like to populate the dictionary, can't I just? This is what I'm saying. Can't I just make it a public dictionary and just populate it, without having to make a public array and populate it, and then
mhm.
use that? It's like isn't the same thing?
Yeah, but where are you gonna populate it from?
Like here. So if I make a public dictionary, can't I just populate it in the? Yeah, you can just populate it in the thing, can't you? In the inspector.
Yeah, but you need a reference to those scriptable objects now.
Yeah, and the reference to the scriptable objects will be thrown in here based on level tier.
Yeah, but you still need like either like a variable or an array, right? Like you can't just fetch them. Even if you're using resources kind of unreliable. Like
Yeah,
resources is
yeah. So what I mean by that is like here, where's the level manager? Sorry, where's the level generator? Which object is it on? It's on the game manager, right? Level generator. So now I have, wait, this is tier colors. Where is, oh, I probably need to, wait a second. Why do I see this tier colors, but I don't see tier prefab list? Oh, tier colors is this list. Oh, so dictionaries don't serialize like that. Okay.
that's what I said.
Oh,
Like
okay.
you
Yeah, no,
can't
no.
serialize
Yeah.
dictionary.
Okay. I thought you were saying something else.
No, because you can't
Okay.
serialize your dictionary, so you
Okay.
have to like
I have to. No, because I was looking at the tier colors and I thought that was a dictionary, but no, it's just a list. Okay. I was confused based on what I was seeing. I was like, oh wait, you
no
can do
worries.
this? No, because I was like, wait a second. But yeah, it was
No.
just a list. So yeah, you're right. I have to make a public list and then a private dictionary to serialize. Um, that's okay. Level objects. I was misunderstanding what you were saying.
It happens.
And like honestly, it looked like to me that you were building it out you were building out the dictionary in the um uh with this tier colors at least. I didn't realize I was just looking at a list. But yeah, level objects. This is going to be, I guess, tier objects, and I'll do the 4 to add. Oh yeah, and start you just did it this way for the tier. I guess you can do the same thing, but it'll be easier for each loop. So we can say what did I call the dictionary? I called it tier prefab list. Oops. Okay, so we're going to add o dot tier o dot level.
Cam, what are the names of your obstacles?
There's a few of them. Which ones exactly?
Any.
Uh, Bouncy obstacle, ghost obstacle, portal obstacle. There's a folder, I
All
think.
right, so that's basically what what we needed to do. So yeah.
Yeah, bouncy, ghost, hazard, portal, and then like fan.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, we can add that to the list. All right. Now let me store the prefabs. Tier objects. And honestly, it doesn't matter the way we store them. Like,
Yeah.
they will all just go to their own specific level anyways, so it doesn't really matter how we store them in this array.
Mhm.
The dictionary will pull what it needs to. And you could give like multiple different level tiers. That's like another thing that we can do. We can have novice 1, novice 2, novice 3,
Yep.
and like they have different things in them. So yeah, the system is actually really exciting. There's going to be a lot of things we can do with it. Because like if I add like 10 more levels and adept 1, adept 2, adept 3, which is like 3 different adept scriptable objects that have different prefab lists for
Mhm.
how it generates and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And the prefab array in here is gonna become like a runtime. I'm gonna copy it to like a runtime array so that we can shuffle it and pull. Okay, so what is this? Oh yeah, that's all the. So we do that. Y offset per spawn is the height basically, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So we're gonna create piece at height based upon how many starting pieces we have. So starting pieces also is a starting pieces is something that we like. Not an awake. We're gonna start this at 10 because that's always the first one, but
Okay.
okay, we're gonna create a function void spawn piece. This function is going to spawn pieces. That's what it's gonna say.
Is that not scaling?
Starting pieces is going to equal our level manager dot instance dot current tier. Get level tier +1. Okay, so here, this is the magic that I was talking about, that I wanted to do. So we get our current tier, we add 1 to it, and we multiply it by 10, and that's the many pieces we're going to need to spawn for this level. And then we basically just do this again. Makes sense? And then we're just creating piece. Honestly and truly, that's all it is. And then when we create piece, this, instead of doing it this way, this is going to be like a different way of doing it. But we'll do that I'll do this once the prefabs are kind of set.
All right, first pass of the editor is
okay. Let's
kind of done.
Let's see this.
Am I sharing my screen?
Yeah. Let me just let me take a look. Yeah, there's Ryan's screen. Let's see.
So first of all, what you do is you make like a level generation rule, right? And that's like a scriptable object which you got to create. Vertical game editor level generator, right?
Yeah.
And here you have some prefabs like piece holder, wall border. How many levels you actually want to like spawn with this like set of rules, right? With the height per pieces. Right now these are just statics.
Oh,
so
okay. So tier 1 rules. So these rules can be set per difficulty level then.
Yeah, and then we can even have multiple for like per tier, right?
Yeah.
Just
okay. Nice.
Up to preference.
Yeah.
And then you have your piece holder, wall piece, and which obstacle do you want to spawn with this rule, right? So most likely with tier 1, you're gonna have like a bunch of these logic with like different arrays of obstacles.
Yeah.
And then number of obstacles. So put this to like 2 and put number of levels to 5. You just create level piece. Creates the things.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
So honestly then, can't we just create the rules and then this create level piece function button that you have here, like really and truly it's become like because like you were gonna imagine that the prefab is at least when I was thinking, the prefab was like the size of the screen, right?
Yeah, and you can take each prefab and then each piece and then turn it into a prefab.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because like the thing that's a little awkward is like the height generating like 10, 15 different levels. It's like that's what I'm going to be doing in the level generator. So you kind of already did it for me with this kind of.
It's the same code that I took it from.
Yeah, it is going to be the same code regardless. But it's
and they're all labeled.
This is giving me an idea where it's like the level generator then doesn't even need this kind of dictionary of rules and whatnot. Like you just
doesn't need the rules. This is entirely for editors.
Okay. Like that like
so you're gonna have a separate scriptable object for that.
Okay. I understand. It's just to see like, oh, if we set these rules up, how does it look, and you can keep spawning and see. Technically though, basically each one of those level pieces will just be a prefab.
Yeah.
Okay.
and then you can just make your own tweaks before you turn it into a prefab or after.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter,
this is
right?
perfect. This is perfect. This is exactly how I envisioned a level generator. The only thing I didn't envision was like the multiple pieces. I only thought you'd
Yeah.
be generating one piece at a time. But yeah, that
No.
honestly works because it's like you could
It's like
do it.
if
Yeah, you can do like 5 pieces at a time and see like, oh yeah, these 5 pieces actually work really well together. Let's make them all
or
prefabs.
like it's more like which one do I like the most out of five of
Oh,
them,
out of the 5 of them, yeah, that too as well.
right?
That's true.
Like it's kind of like what I took from like generative AI. Like they give you like
Yeah,
four, right?
they give you the iterations, and you get to try to like decide whether you want to iterate more on it or whatever. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, that's honestly this is a good first pass. Awesome first pass actually,
Thanks.
because it's like we can then this is where it's going to like as you make more passes on this and make it like easier and easier to like generate and
Mhm.
generate well. A lot of it will be like click 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 a couple times, find a few prefabs, click 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 a couple times, find a few
Yeah,
prefabs, and we'll be able to get like hundreds of prefabs very easily, which is good.
it
um,
should help out with the level design process.
yeah, exactly. um, so in regards to the generator itself,
Yeah.
if you go back to my screen now, let's
Okay.
uh, let's go back to my screen. Um, so what I started with was, yeah, I did this, I did this, right?
Hmm.
Um, and then I thought of it. It's like this starting pieces right away. We can just create it 10 because of whatever we're
Yeah.
doing, right? So we're gonna start with 10 pieces from the um, we're going to start with 10 pieces or whatever, right? But now, what happens when we reach the end of the level, we're going to call spawn pieces, and it's going to change our starting pieces to this formula that I was talking about. And
Hmm.
then it's going to run the for loop again.
Okay.
And the for loop of create piece will now, instead of doing this thing, it will be, um, it's going to end up being now, uh, it's going to be like a let's level, what did I call it? I keep forgetting what I called this thing. Tier prefab list. It's going to be like tier prefab list, um, level manager dot instance dot get level tier, like we to get the actual scriptable object, uh,
Hmm.
level object o equals that, right? um, oh, isn't that what it's called? I swear.
You can
Level,
check the
oh,
function order.
objects, level objects.
Hmm.
I missed the s, or but like, then we have o dot prefab array,
Yeah.
and here's where we can kind of like, we're gonna create a shuffled queue.
Hmm.
uh, Create shuffled queue from uh, level objects prefab array, right?
Yep.
And now the one thought process is, it's like, now that you have your rules and you create your prefabs,
Hmm.
is there a way to is there a way to easily upload them into these things, right? Into these prefab arrays.
Uh,
That's the only
so
other.
I could make another editor script for those scriptable objects, right?
Yeah.
And we can tell it to look for prefabs in a specific folder and
Yeah,
populate that
that's
array.
like in a resources folder or something, yeah, or in an editor
Yeah.
folder or something. Yeah, I agree with that, because it's like that's the only other automation piece that we should add to this, um,
Mhm.
so that like, when you're setting up your tier one rules,
Yeah.
it will apply to maybe like these easy, like the easy, like novice, rookie, easy, normal. And
Yeah.
if you do tier 2 rules, it'll attribute to intermediate, hard, adept. If you do like tier 3 rules, it'll go to like the hardest levels. So yeah, that's a good sort of system in place to help us reduce the amount of manual work, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So let me think about this a little bit. So when I grab the array,
And are we still thinking that? Are we still thinking that? What is it? There's gonna be empty walls or like empty gaps on the walls.
yes, you
Or no?
can. You should be. We should be able to do that. So
Okay.
wall pieces. There should be like multiple different wall pieces. There should be like complete wall piece with like the middle missing, wall piece with like the top missing, wall piece with the bottom missing. And those should be
Okay.
added to the wall generation, right, on both sides.
Okay, that can easily be done with a prefab.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know, man. This is the reason why we're going this route because, like, honestly,
Yeah.
all this can be super easily done. Like, we've already built an amazing system. It just needs that little extra love, and it's there. you
Mhm.
know.
I was thinking that I'd have to write some custom code to like
No,
make like
I don't
two
think.
different wall pieces, but
I don't
I can
think you
just
do.
replace the prefab.
Yeah,
I think I'll make it into like wall piece left and wall piece right, just so we can have different prefabs.
yeah. That's fine as well. But like, it should be wall piece left should have like three different styles or
Okay.
four different styles. Wall piece right should have three or four different styles, just so that
Yeah.
like we're different cutouts for the different areas. But honestly, the left and right wall piece are the exact same, so you could use them technically in the same. Like one just spawns on this side, and the other just spawns on this side, and they're the same wall, really. But you can. I'll let you differentiate if you think that
Okay.
that's because the thing is in this level generator, all I'm really gonna do now is just piece. I'm not doing any of this left obstacle, right obstacle, da da da. All
Yeah.
this, like all this is gone
For
now. Yeah,
on your end, it should just be piece, right?
yeah,
Um.
exactly. It should just be like I should just be setting.
Like at
I
the
just
end,
put
it's
some
just a game
changes.
object.
Yeah, it should just be like once after I create the shuffle array and I grab the game object.
On it. Now that I'm thinking about it, you might not even need a shuffle piece. Let me go back to my screen for a quick second.
Yeah,
Right. So like, let's say this is your this is your level. This is another piece, right? This is
yeah,
another piece. What you could do is after you spawn them, put parent all of this into an empty game object, right? And what you do is when the player reaches here, just push this game object downwards by the height offset. Does that make sense?
yeah,
So
yeah.
this level goes down now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you might
So it looks like like we can create that whole he's chomping the level below you too still as
yeah.
well, which is also awesome because I kind of want that, and then it's also like there's a ever present mouth at the bottom of the screen then
Mhm.
always below you, always ready to eat you up. I like that. I really do
That
like
might be
that.
the most simplest thing ever. Like instead of like dealing with like managing each piece all of a sudden, right?
Yeah. So it means that the generation is already done, and you just like
Yeah.
well, in the tier prefab list, you just say like, oh hey, boom, spawn this. Oh hey, boom,
Yeah.
spawn this, and these prefabs now become like full levels. Is that
Mhm.
what you're saying?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
on start, you spawn all the levels on the first tier, right?
Yeah.
And then parent them to like an empty game object right here or wherever. It doesn't really matter, right? Every time the player gets past one
Yeah, but
piece,
won't we still need to create the shuffle queue because
yeah,
each piece
not
needs to
necessarily
be
queue. We just need to get a
well
local
local
array and shuffle
array.
it.
Yeah, okay. So honestly, yeah, I can just do like um, game object um local game object local prefab array equals O dot prefab array like that, and then
Mm-hmm.
there's no easy way to shuffle this rather than like doing like a loop within a loop.
Hmm.
There's
Is
a
there
built-in shuffle function.
in
Yeah, you have to include the namespace system, the link queue or line queue, LINQ, and then
that
whatever
has
area you want,
Yeah.
you
okay.
can do a dot shuffle.
I posted a picture of some changes in the Discord. Am I good to push that? There's a lot of stuff, mainly shop stuff, but
It's good on my end.
Is it called shuffle?
Yeah.
I'm gonna push.
Let me double check. It might maybe a different include than link queue.
Is it called?
All right. Let's see. Best way to randomize an array. Shuffled.
The shuffle
package? No.
shuffle might be for lists. Not sure.
Oh, if that's the case, this array can become a list. Doesn't need to be an array.
Yeah, just double check.
Okay, let me yeah, before I change it to a list, let me just double check.
There's also order by, and then you can just do random value.
Oh, in an array?
Yeah. I'll send you the.
Oh, order
screenshot.
by, yeah, okay, yeah.
I'll send you like the code block.
Yeah. Let me take a look at that. Oh, okay. Understand.
Yeah. And you might not need to do the to list yet. Then we can just keep it in array.
Yeah. So this would have to be local prefab array. We'll call this shuffled prefab array, and then we're gonna have to create another one. Or there. Shuffled prefab array you can shuffle your own list, right? Shuffle prefab array dot order by random dot value dot to it's doing like X. And these are game object arrays. These are game object arrays. Nope. T source. This is weird. Oh, it's a list. This is a list. It's not an array.
Oh, that's weird.
We don't have a audio system yet, right?
I don't think so.
Okay. I can I'll make that now. Just gonna do like a super basic simple one.
I don't think I need this now. And we're gonna change this to a list then. We'll change this to a list. We're going to change the prefab array to a list as well. Am I using it anywhere else? No, I'm not. All right, so these guys become lists instead. Oops. Oh, it's because we don't have system here. Wait a second. Why can't I? List of game objects, prefab list. Just change that real quick. All right. Yeah, and then so this is the random prefab list, and then we can just 10 pieces off the top sort of deal.
All right, we got a bit more variation.
Ooh, I like that.
Are you looking at my screen?
I'm liking that. Yeah, I am looking at your screen.
Yeah. Now we get some more variations like this. Probably need like this, some sort of gizmo on it. So now this, it's gonna be like super varied. Oh yeah, I added the box size probably. Okay, this one.
Yeah, no, that's honestly that's looking really really good, because now like once I shuffle this prefab list, it'll just be like let's say shuffled prefab list. You shuffled prefab list dot like first. Like game object new piece.
Yeah.
Like that. And then shuffled prefab list dot remove zero, right? You remove the 0th element. Wait. No. New piece. Yeah. You just remove it after, right? And then you just keep doing that. Da 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 da. And
yeah, basically
this new piece dot transform dot so it's going to be
honestly, after shuffling it, couldn't you just do a for loop or something to spawn all of them? Then
the for loop is here.
Oh, okay.
Right, like spawn pieces is going to be called. We're going to grab how many pieces we need, and each piece is just going to basically be like new piece at this height.
Yeah,
go.
I would say your shuffling should be on that spawn pieces instead, right?
Like you. Oh yeah. I don't need to shuffle
because you don't want to shuffle.
Yeah, you're right. Like
you don't want to shuffle every time.
Yeah, no. I was just thinking about it, but like you're right. This should happen up here.
And then we probably pass in a game object into the piece.
Yeah.
But honestly, piece doesn't even need to be a
yeah,
function.
yeah. Does it really? Like, honestly,
It doesn't need to be.
you can like really
Just do it in the for loop.
the piece is right here now. Um, it will be like this game object new piece and like remove like this all can be done like right here,
Yeah.
right? Like we have the piece and we've removed it. Now we just place it. Now we just place it right here. We find our height based upon whatever piece. Or you know what? So we shuffle our prefab, and then the new piece will be, you know, we get it. We get the first piece. Like this is the loop, right? We're just gonna constantly keep removing the first piece.
Yeah.
Height, and then new piece. Like again, you're right. Create piece doesn't even have to be a thing anymore. Like new piece, new piece dot transform. Well, first let's say vector3 transform is equal to honestly like x and y, x and z will be 0, won't it?
Yeah.
It'll
so you can just do
y,
vector2
yeah,
times
vector2. Yeah, so it should be then new piece dot transform is equal to vector2 dot we need vector2 dot up times height, right?
Times I.
Or times
Like height times I.
Yeah, height times I. Yeah. Why is that not working?
Transform dot position.
Dot position. What am I doing? Not the transform, the position. But yeah, that should be the only thing we need actually.
Yeah.
And if we set this up properly, everything just kind of works. Oh my god, this is so much simpler. Like why
don't forget to instantiate it.
Oh yeah.
Before you set the transform.
One sec.
Oh yeah, you're right. So we got the new piece.
And then new piece equals to instantiate new piece.
Honestly, it should be like this pull from pool or whatever, right?
At this point, does it need to be pulled? Because it's gonna be like.
Yeah, that's true. We don't even need to pull it.
It's one instance of every single level. It's not like the multiple of the same level.
So
it can't be pulled. It's gonna be redundant to pull.
That's true. So we grab our new prefab piece, I should call this.
Hello?
And
there we go.
Hey, how's it going? So new piece is going to oops.
Now, if you really want to be fancy, so in my prefab, what I could do is bake the positions, right, of like the walls and obstacles, and then from there it pulls by the object puller. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense because it's like the inside of the object is pulled basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like the idea, and not completely necessary though, because
it shouldn't be necessary.
Now because I instantiated, this can be removed because I can just set the transform right away. Shuffle. This is going to be new prefab piece. Oh, we need to find the height first. Up here. And again, we don't have to actually times by I because it's already doing it here.
Where? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's why I was like, wait a second, why are we timesing by I? But yeah, I just think you didn't see that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
That's on me.
Position and then quaternion dot identity. Right?
This.
Oh, and we don't need to store it. We just need to instantiate it. Okay. We don't really need to store after we've instantiated. Like we're not like everything else is kind of dealing with the things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that that's this really and truly makes this level gen like all these things just become editor of things and we can delete them all out of the level gen really, right?
Yep.
Like and do we need this
Pretty
on
cool.
piece destroyed callback? We don't need any of these things
Not.
anymore. Yeah.
Nope. Well, that's more if we were going the endless runner route, right?
Yeah, the object scrolling downwards route, yeah. But we're not doing that anymore because this makes more sense. And yeah, if this here, if we wanted to do what we were talking about, we could add to a separate list, a last list, and then at the end
Yeah.
of the loop, we grab all the game objects and put them into a parent game object piece that we already know of,
Yeah.
right? So actually let's set that up right now. So shuffle prefab list. We're gonna create a list, game object list, and it's gonna be called level generated. List equals new list of game objects, right? And then
Yeah.
this will be the thing that will be attributed at the end. We'll say level or no, actually let's do it a different way. Instead of housing this all, because we don't really need this, we'll create a game object reference to the piece that we want to always be the parent piece. Does that make sense?
Oh, take a look at this now.
Okay, let's see.
Ooh,
Ooh.
those gaps are by design, I'm guessing.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So now what you can do is for every obstacle, you can actually set the bounds for the X and Y, and it'll pick a random vector between these two values.
Nice. So the thought process should be now is we'll have so if you're talking about the thing that moves the entire thing down, we can have like a reference here, private game object, parent object.
Mm-hmm.
And that basically everything as we spawn it, everything just gets added to that parent object. Like this will be called like parent object dot, or we can do it like here dot set parent, or dot transform dot set parent.
All right. Some of these are pretty much unplayable, but like
Yeah, no,
make some tweaks to it.
that's when we make the tweaks, right?
Yeah.
Right. So this makes the most sense, I think. We just instantiate the piece and set its parent immediately. Instantiate the piece, set its parent immediately, and we just have a reference to that parent object that we were talking about. And now, if we intelligently do it, when the player triggers the top of the screen, chomp, 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 chomp.
Yeah.
And we
then
scroll up.
Yeah.
And you can have like a canned animation of him like scrolling up to like the middle of the next screen, sort of deal. You know?
It's not necessarily scrolling up. It's technically scrolling down, but it looks like it's scrolling up.
Yeah, it looks like it's scrolling up. But yes, I know what you mean, right?
Right.
It should be like as it scrolls. Do you guys know? Have you guys played like the old school Mega Man games when you enter the boss door?
No.
No? Okay,
No.
so like in Mega Man games, when you enter the boss door, there's like a little canned freeze and it transitions you to the side. So it's like sometimes if you like jump and enter the boss door, you're like floating in midair and like sliding into the boss room. It looks kind of funny, but it's like this. It's like a, I guess, iconic effect that Mega Man has. Let me let me show you boss room doors mega.
Would you guys mind if I used a vector 2 for a min and max value?
Yeah, I think that's okay. Like, I don't think we need Z values anyways, so it's okay.
No, it's because like now for my number of obstacles, I'm probably gonna turn it into a vector 2 for like the X being the min, Y being the max, and then randomize that for per level piece.
Boss room door animation. Let's see. There. Okay, yeah. Here's oh. I guess it just shows the doors. It doesn't really show how they operate. Maybe I'll let's see. Let's try to find out.
There it goes.
Okay. Okay.
Here we go.
He's in the boss room here. Okay, so look at how this door
X
acts.
fight is right through this door.
Do you see how that? Do you see how that kind of worked?
Try it again.
The
Oh,
camera
okay.
pin, yeah.
Yeah,
X Hunter fight is right through this
yeah, that's
door.
not too bad.
Yeah,
We're gonna
like a simple transition like that. And we just make sure that our character is still in like the center of the screen when after the chomp has happened. And it just looks like this. It'll look like very gamey and very 2D, very like old school.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like this like iconic transition, and yeah, you can see what Richard says. It's definitely iconic. He remembers just jumping into boss doors and letting the transition happen because of how it looked and how it felt. Right? It was like oh, this has been you've cleared your level. Now you're about to face the boss. For us, it'll be like, okay, you've cleared your section. Now he chomped the section below you. Now continue forward, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Hey.
I think this
X Hunter fight is right through this door.
yeah, this definitely
We're gonna fight.
this sort of animation definitely would be a good polish to our game, I think.
All right. So far, automation looking somewhat decent.
Yeah, no, for sure. It really is.
Is there any other feature you guys would like to see in this? Like,
In this
automated?
pass, I
Yeah.
honestly can't think of anything right now. Really and
Yeah,
truly
me
now
either.
it's just like hooking up the pieces that I did, the pieces that you did, and kind of like
Yeah.
hooking
I mean,
it
the
all together.
pieces I did now is like we have to actually make the level.
Yeah, exactly. Now that's really what it comes down to. Okay, let me push what I have done. Let's push what you've done. Let's make sure there's no like really conflicting things. And then let's clean up the level generator even more.
Let me just send a screenshot of everything that I have. Double check.
Yeah, I have none of that.
All right. Yeah, it was mostly me creating stuff and just renaming
Yeah.
one of the prefabs.
Yeah, I have none of that. Like right now, I just have level generator and level object on myself. So I will pull down what you send. And then yeah, like it's just building the level and hooking up the new way of level generation. And as soon as this is all kind of hooked up, well done, it makes everything so much simpler. Like honestly and truly, like our complex generation is happening with an editor script, and that makes the most sense. Like it should just be an editor script that helps us like generate the levels that the pieces that we need. Like it shouldn't be anything more than that. Like
Honestly,
I-
this kind of idea like helped me get through like level design for like my own projects. Because like it's basically you make a script to like create a bunch of objects all around, place them randomly.
Yeah.
Like even if the level isn't playable, you kind of get an idea of like
yeah, exactly. And like the way we started our level generator like a tool, which was like kind of the wrong idea. We should have just if I started the level generator like that, I should have just made it a tool from the get-go. Like I don't know why I didn't.
I mean,
it was
to begin with, our
didn't-
entire idea was
yeah.
different, right?
Yeah. The idea was completely different. So yeah, it made sense the way we initially came up with it. But like, yeah, it just didn't have an identity. Now it feels like the game has the identity, right?
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna push what I have.
Yeah, push what you have. I can pull and then push what I have.
Yeah. Alright, so who is actually gonna use this tool to now build the level?
I mean, not it. I don't like building
Not
levels.
it, not it, not it.
No,
No, yeah.
we'll all do it. We'll all do it.
Yeah, we'll do it together.
We'll all do it together. Like I know all of us hate level design, level generation. Like all of us hate this piece, but honestly, like it has to be done. So yeah, we can all take our time with it. Just push in what you have, and I can push in what I have. Then Ryan.
Yeah. Alright, let's do this. Level tools. First.
All right, cool.
Alright, pushed.
Yeah, let me pull that and then push my new level gen.
You should give my level gen a try.
Yeah. New level gen iteration. Well,
So all you have to do is just find the scriptable object in the scriptable objects folder, right?
and
Just
create
click on it.
Create a rule. All right.
You don't even need to create a rule. I already have a rule created,
Okay.
right? If you just want to play around with that one.
Okay, yeah, for sure. I've pushed my changes too, so you can pull those now. And yeah, like we can start. Oh, yeah. We can start setting up.
Start creating levels.
Yeah, like setting up the levels and setting up the actual level gen and stuff.
Mhm.
Because like honestly, I don't think there's any. Oh, the tier objects. See, this is where like the level generator or the game manager needs to become a prefab.
Yeah.
Because it's like I made changes to the tier objects, but then they're all gone now again because there was other changes made probably. But yeah, that's like level generator game manager. This thing that has the game manager, level generator, load save manager on it. This should become a prefab eventually once we're all done with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it even has a pooler on it, but I think it creates the pooler by itself.
Yeah, it creates a folder.
Okay. Level generator editor, tier 1 rules.
Should be on scriptable objects.
Ooh, all right. That's pretty cool.
Right now you're probably in UI, yeah.
Yeah, no. It's just because the UI is like is on.
Yeah.
I can just turn that on.
Before spawning, just make sure to delete the level piece container game object, right?
Yeah, no. I literally just spawned it right now just to see. But yeah, that's cool. Like.
And then all these rules.
Yeah, nice. Like, very, very simplistic, man. And like some of these pieces, like, oh hey, I like the way this piece looks. Or like make it a prefab. Let me see.
Yeah.
There's some
Sure,
there's some overlap.
Is there?
But yeah.
Yeah, that might be the second wall's position actually on the prefab itself, rather than the
Oh,
spawnings thing.
okay, yeah. And that we can change because
Yeah.
these positions the walls positions should usually stay at Y0, right? But some of them might not be, right? Depending on if they're
Yeah. Like the square inside them is probably set to like the value.
yeah. Oh yeah, these are two separate squares because they're like
Yeah.
building a thing, and then this one. Yeah, it's 30 long. Um, I don't think it matters too much if it's overlapping that much.
Because yeah, once we like actually turn something into prefab, we can then test it with like consistent
Yeah,
stuff,
with the
right?
consistent stuff. Oh, yeah, and it also looks like 30 is slightly higher and bigger than the screen, which is okay, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Because also when the level gets chomped off below you, like you won't even see that level anymore. So even if it overlaps a little bit, it is what it is.
I guess that extra little room might actually be better for the transition.
Yeah,
About it?
yeah, just having that little overlap might actually be better, even. It's all right. The one thing that it concerns me though is like why is it overlapping when 30 and
It's
30 should.
it's the local Y positions.
Oh yeah. The local Y positions of these
Yeah.
pieces. Yeah.
I'm
Like the
guessing it's the
pieces inside.
second and third pieces. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that one's local.
like the pieces inside here, these local positions, right?
Yep.
Like if I
And
had made this at 0, then there will be no overlap, right?
yeah.
Exactly. There you go.
I think that if you go to the second long piece prefab, that one is weirded out.
Okay, let me see. Prefabs.
Yeah, this one
pieces.
should be on a prefab folder.
Yeah, this is -5. Like its local setting is -5.
And its scale is 25, so that's probably why it's causing some overlap.
Yeah. That's okay. That's okay. We'll figure out all those features and things and values that we need later. But yeah, this is perfect, man. All right. So really and truly, the only thing is like let's create a couple pieces and see if the level gen itself will actually generate. Before we do that, though, I think I need to double check our game manager because I don't think it's. Let's delete that. Double check our game manager because I don't think it's gonna run the right way just yet.
Yeah, possibly not. Like, probably gonna have to fix a few loose ends.
Yeah, like I don't remember exactly what's triggering the spawn. So Awake grabs our object pooler, adds our walls and our things to the pool. But this isn't what we need anymore. Are we still doing this? Like, do we still need all of these objects pooled?
Not really, no.
Like
I said, if we wanna do it later, we can, right?
Yeah, I can.
But
I can comment this for a second now because honestly, I don't think we're using pooler anywhere else, are we? I'm going to comment out create piece as well because I don't need this anymore.
I'm gonna close the engine for now because I also have the other contract work to do.
Yeah,
but I'll stay on call.
Yeah, no worries. We're pretty much like the stuff that I wanted to get done for today is pretty much done. So we're good. Like level gen was the big piece that we needed to reiterate on. We've done it.
Yeah.
So we're good. Really and truly, this can now be. We don't need this anymore. This is no longer a thing. This is no longer a thing. Yeah, okay, so the level manager just sets on start the player's position. And then we can call spawn pieces.
Nice.
right? That's
Yeah.
all. That's all I should do. And then the thing is, it's like we just now need a way to trigger the end and spawn the next tier's pieces, and it should just work. But all I want to check is if I try right now with one prefab.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you want to spawn 10, so if I try right now with one prefab added 10 times, I should get that same prefab over and over and over again. Spawn
Yeah,
properly.
you should.
So let's try that, and if that works, then we can call it a day. Because I don't want to. All of us hate level design, so let's just leave. let's just leave that for another day. Like, let's build the pieces.
Time to get someone new into the
Yeah.
group.
Just
We gotta recruit an artist.
so that
For a few reasons.
they can do our design. They can do our design and
Well, yeah,
and a couple other things.
we need
So-
all our UI and obstacles and all
yeah,
that stuff.
yeah, we do need a lot of stuff now. So maybe it is time to pull in an artist. I like to wait until the very last time to do that. But yeah, hey, let's see. Level manager, no, not level manager.
Audio manager is in though. I haven't
Manager.
tested it, but it should be fine.
So it's going to add basically to everything to this level piece container. And what I should do is easy. No, it was novice was the first one, right? Yeah. So under novice, we're going to add 10. Currently designing a level. Yeah, no, I honestly hate level design. It's something that needs to be done, but it's annoying AF. Hold on. If I minus all of these and I just add 1, can I just duplicate it? Okay.
You can say level design is one of the reasons why I don't have any games published yet.
Yes, same with me. Same with me. Level design is every time I go to publish something, level design is what keeps me. Oh,
And art. I never forget art. But like,
the given key novice was not present in the dictionary. That's weird.
are you populating your dictionary?
Yeah, like if we go into game manager. Oh, that's why.
Oh, is it empty?
Yeah. Whatever. We just need novice for now.
Anyway, how am I gonna do this card game?
Oh, it did it! It did it! It spawned 10 pieces of the
Nice.
same level piece over and over again, and it looks perfect. Okay, I'm happy with the progress today. We're okay to leave it at here. We have the workable system that makes more sense. Next week we can work on the mouth and pull it all together. That's gonna be fun. The mouth is gonna be the most interesting thing because that's like complete new gameplay elements that we haven't really considered yet. You know?
Yeah.
But,
we also talked about having like a relative timescale, right? Like a local timescale.
Yeah.
Right?
No. So instead of the relative local timescale, we just stop gameplay, stop everything when we're not in the specific states, and it has its own sort of we just make sure that like all you can literally turn off all the game objects and whatnot that aren't required. We can do it that way. It doesn't have to be like a localized timescale or anything. You just
I
turn
just
off
have
all
a.
objects. Yeah.
I'd like a static like normalized float from 0 to 1.
Yeah,
We
we
just
can.
use that number.
Yeah, that would be super simple as well, and you could just make that our localized timescale so that our animations on our menus still work, and that is what our game is linked to. So it's like If that is 0, then our game is paused. If that is
And right
1,
now, the only things that need to use it are like I'm guessing the player and the monster, right? Nothing else.
yeah, no, nothing else, because those are the only things that are really using physics now. Everything else is kind of static. Awesome. A lot of your I think your girlfriend's coming in praising you, Ryan. I agree. He is the goat.
Wait, it's not letting me type.
It's not letting you type in the chat.
Yeah.
Been banned.
You've been banned.
What the
Oh,
Tom, did you ban me?
No. I obviously didn't ban you unless you've been
Oh,
banned.
YouTube signed me out.
Oh, okay.
Classic.
Yeah.
I hate it when YouTube does that. Like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's generally when it's signing you out as something, it's like your certificate or whatever has been revoked.
every like 4 or 5 days.
Oh, every 4 or 5 days. That's kind of
Yeah,
very
super
very
annoying.
yeah. That's very like YouTube like never logs me out actually.
I
Like
think it's because of the email I have, right? Like it's on Gmail or something. Like it's like a
yeah. I do get logged out of my Catsplat account, consistently, but not my like regular Gmail account. Um, okay. So much for paying for premium. All right. So yeah, that looks good. I'm gonna close this out. I think I made some changes on the level which I don't want to push, so I'm gonna discard those. Did I make any others? Oh yeah, I did make some other changes.
Hey. So first pass of audio and shop is in. Should be working.
Nice.
hey,
All right,
games coming
so-
together.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah.
Like 3 hours a week is all we need. Really. Like we are making massive strides every week with just the 3 hours. It's pretty crazy. Well, I guess that's what you get when you have 3 people that know what they're doing.
It does help a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, my framework class is hearing this. 3 hours is all you need to make a good game.
Yeah, 3 hours a week you can like really get a lot done, man. But just by virtue of how far Shifter is, and that was all done 3 hours a week too, right? Like
Yeah.
you got
Very true.
like honestly, you only fail when you quit. I
Yeah.
really and truly believe that.
Hmm. I agree.
All right, so final level gen changes for today. Perfect. 3 hours is a sweet spot. It's also like, oh, there was commits. I have to merge. My bad. But yeah, 3 hours it feels like the sweet spot because it's like you get into a flow in regards to like working. In like the first half hour you kind of like figure out what you're doing, whatever, but like the 2.5 hours of work afterwards is like this flow state I always find.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
then at around the 3 hour mark it starts to fade off because it's like
Mhm.
your brain
Honestly,
I need some food.
yeah.
it's super different for me. Like, as long as I can get some like, what is it? Like super motivating music going on, like I could work nonstop. Like,
I get that as well, but that you got to be careful. Sometimes in those scenarios, you might overwork yourself and burn yourself out for longer periods of time later. So it's like you wanna use those times with like you wanna be careful not to burn yourself out when you're
Yeah,
in like in that mode. I tend to get into that mode and then I burn myself out on a project and I never look at the project again.
no,
So it's
I
like,
used to get burned out.
Yeah, I've
try
done
not.
that. Yeah.
I try to really limit myself from doing that because I've had issues like that where it's like, yeah, I literally worked too hard on a project one day, burned myself out, and I didn't want to work on the project anymore.
No, I get more burnt out when it's something I don't know, and now I have to figure it out.
Hmm.
Right?
Yeah, I get discouraged. Yeah.
Or like the solutions I'm thinking about is like way too tedious right now. Like,
Oh, yeah. I mean, oh,
uh,
week one class was canceled, Brad. Damn. All right.
Oh, Brad.
Oh, Brad. Right as you say, 3 hours is a sweet spot. I'm like, should I go? Should I go boot up some Street Fighter? No,
Brad.
but Ryan has
Hmm.
extra work to do, so he can't
yeah,
he can't play today, unfortunately.
I actually have to work today.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I get it. And you have a paying job otherwise, so yeah, I completely understand that. You'll substitute for Brad Cam. Game design with Cam.
Controversy.
Story
Story
belongs.
belongs to
Oh my god. Just for you saying some blasphemous stuff like that, I need to go do some.
Yeah.
I need to go do some pull-ups. No, it's like,
Oh my
like
God.
my I don't know if you guys can see that my pull-up bar down there. Hold on, am I even showing it? I don't even.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like one of the door hanging ones, right?
yeah, it's one of the door hanging
Yeah.
ones. I can.
Nice.
I'll like.
What's the max?
I can do like 10, 15. Like I can.
Nice. That's
Like
pretty good.
like
Yeah.
the wide grip ones too, like the harder
Yeah,
ones.
hmm
The inside ones I can do a lot more.
Like your fingers are facing away from you, towards you.
Well, like this way I
Okay,
can
which
do.
one is which?
This is chin
Yeah.
ups. These are chin ups.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
They
Yeah.
work your biceps
Then
more.
pull. Yeah.
Then you have pull ups
Other one's
this way.
tries.
This one's like triceps and back and stuff. But then
Mhm.
you have wide grip pull ups, which is the hardest, and it works your back out the most. And you
Oh
like
yeah.
position your hands a little bit past shoulder grip, and yeah, there's like when you take a look at the pull up bar back there. I can't really get like a good view of it right there.
hmm
You can see like the furthest they're like kind of bent, like the furthest
Yeah.
handles are kind
Yeah.
of bent downwards. That's like the wide grip
Yeah.
pull-ups.
Okay.
Those are the
Gotcha.
ones that work your back out the most.
Mm.
Honestly, it's like pull-ups and push-ups really.
Yeah, they're good.
I don't know too much about you know the female body and what it needs. It's more they're more generally bottom heavy females. They generally have
Mm.
bigger legs and whatnot. But for guys, push-ups and pull-ups really is all you need for your upper body.
Yeah.
And then add a
Yeah.
couple of squats and add some squats and crunches for your core.
Yeah.
Actually,
I
do
mainly
a lot
just
of
do
push-ups.
push-ups.
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
push-ups and then I'll go for a run. I might go for a run in like 5 minutes actually.
Yeah. Let me. Calisthenics is actually probably like the reason why. The reason why I'm in shape is literally just calisthenics because like I don't go to the gym. I just eat well and calisthenics. Like body weight exercise is really all you need. Like I even have a here. Let me show a video. I posted this in the Discord actually. One of the other things that works well with a pull-up bar is when you get good enough, you can start doing things like this, which is the best core exercise that I've ever done. That here, hold on. Let me move it over to the side. But like doing stuff like this, right?
Oh, with the legs up? Yeah.
Yeah,
The swing.
like a crunch.
Yeah,
But it's like it works all your lower body, right? It's yeah, you can do some other cool stuff as well. Like I'm not there yet, but like I want to get to the point where like, you can pull yourself up and then go like side to side and then bring yourself back down. Pull yourself up, go side to side.
yeah.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
do
there's
the
so many.
yeah, I can do the L sits. I'm actually very athletic. I don't really look it. Like when I was younger, I played so much basketball and I used to swim like crazy. It's just sitting down. I gained the freshman 15 in university, and then I never lost it. So it's like I was basically fluffy after university. University ruined me.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, you're for me it was like the first time I really had a lot of independence, right? Like my parents weren't down my neck. Like there's all this, like I'm going
Nice.
downtown by myself. Like I don't even have to go to classes. It was a terrible time. It was a terrible time for me. The first 2 years of university, just because like
Oh
I
man, I remember
I binged on everything. I did all the
Yeah.
wrong things. I almost failed
no,
out of
and the
school a couple times. Like it was bad.
and the cafeteria food at university is so unhealthy.
Yeah, no.
When
But
you
the thing is,
realize.
the thing is, I didn't even eat the calf food. I just went to like the restaurants around and stuff, and that's
Oh
how
yeah,
I got
even
fat.
that.
That's how I got
Like
fat.
yeah, it's like first year you want to go out to eat 24/7.
Yeah, exactly. And
Oh,
the thing is, it's like, this was, I'm I'm gonna say this like I was a very like hard-headed, go for love type of guy. So like I was literally chasing girls the entire first 2 years of university. It was it was no focus on my own things and the things I wanted to accomplish. It was just all about I want to get as many dates and I want to get as many girls as possible. And it was it was terrible. It was like a bad lifestyle because I'm going out all the time, eating out all the
yeah.
time. I'm not working on myself really. Just in the thing of trying to chase after girls and chase after relationships and whatnot. And
Mhm.
yeah, it was a it, it's kind of funny when you if you just work on yourself, all that stuff will come. Like I didn't realize that at the time, but hey, it is what it is. I focused on I say it this way. I did it backwards. I focused on all my like relationship and love things early on in my life, when I should have been focusing on myself, and now I'm focusing on myself. Now that I have the family and kids and stuff, which is like I did it backwards. You should do it the other way around. It takes a lot of discipline not to do it. Yeah, you're right. Like it does because it's like you're a kid at the time. You're 18. If you're going out of university right out of high school like I did, you're 18. You're still a kid. Like 18 is still a kid, man. It's not an adult. Like they say you're an adult at that age, but really are you? I don't think so. Is it that much different than 17? Not really, right?
Mhm. 100%.
Still have a lot of growing up to do at that age. So it's like, yeah, sure, you get the training wheels come off, but you can make really bad decisions when that happens. Then people find, oh, yeah, that's true. That's true as well. Um, I was always one where it's like if I wasn't getting the reciprocated feeling, I would be okay to just drop the person. So it's like I was always able to at least keep that semblance of like myself. It's like if I'm not getting the same energy back, why am I chasing, right? And
Yeah.
more people need to understand that as well, right? Like if you're not getting the energy that you're receiving back, you shouldn't. Maybe those people aren't for you, right?
Mhm. 100%.
Right. Anyways, these are always funny, weird conversations that we end up on. If we don't end up playing Street Fighter, anyways. Um, yeah, I do have to go start. Like, I haven't eaten anything today. I do have to work out and pick up my daughter soon. So I think we can call it a stream today. We've been streaming for about 3 hours. Um,
We-
is yeah. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, thank you again for you guys, for joining. I see Cam, you're working away on a few final things here. Um, is that Cam or is that Ryan?
No,
Oh,
that's
it's
Ryan.
Ryan. That's Ryan.
Yeah, I stopped
Yeah,
doing.
yeah, I don't know.
I pushed
Uh,
my stuff and
All right,
I'm done.
cool. Yeah. So, oh, sorry, Ryan. Is this your card game? Sorry,
Yeah.
I shouldn't be showing this.
Don't worry, I'm not under NDA for this.
My bad. I still shouldn't be showing it. It's fine. It's your own personal project thing. So yeah, thank you again, guys, for joining. If there is anybody who hasn't liked and subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Tomorrow, I will probably have some time to work, but I don't know if I'm going to stream it because I think I want to do some shifter work, right? So, Cam, if you're available tomorrow,
Yep.
we
Yeah, I
can,
should be around.
we can take a look. But if anything, if the shifter work doesn't come to fruition, I might stream tomorrow too. So, yeah, keep
Cool.
an eye out for that, guys. Yeah, I'll see you guys. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next week.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Take it easy, guys.